Welcome back. You are here. You are potentially on the verge of watching the last episode of Season 2 of Maiden Abyss, which is an extra long one, so whether or not I'll actually be able to make it all the way through, at least still in one piece, is still yet to be seen. But so far, Maiden Abyss has been one of those shows where it really doesn't pull any stops, does it? From the grand adventure, the reason for being, the reason for continuing on, the sole purpose of just chasing in the footsteps of your mother, coming across everyone that we have and the lengths that they will go to. This is a show that I'm not easily going to ever forget, if at all. The music, the backgrounds, the character designs themselves, every part of it is fascinating. And overall, I'm glad that I have shared this journey with you. Just, if this last one is what I expect it to be, well, I may be a mess by the end of it. But let's delve right on in. With the village itself being breached, the animals coming in from the outside into an ecosystem that cannot withstand it. Well, different sword this time. Yeah, it's her job to eat, not theirs. But I would, I see. Is its teeth itself? Much like the balancing the Fapta herself is tearing them apart. I would like to see how they actually take down the dragon. Her burning desire to finish things. Also, I like the use of furore. Not one that I've usually come across all too often in works of fiction. Maybe I just need to read more. But considering this, well, the gap we had to wait between the last episode and this one, being that this is double length, extra value. All of it to well, just get more. Well, there's no breaks. There's no time for the calm. No come down from all of the emotion. They go straight into everything that needs to be shown off. And considering they thought, yep, we need double length to get it done. I shudder to think what is actually going to be portrayed here. But we've got to see the end of the village. What happens to the villagers themselves probably all fade away, considering we've seen what happens when they've tried to go outside. But Fapta's journey from now. What happens to her? I don't know why, but yep. That's exactly how I'd expect Fapta to calm down and sleep like that. Is that the same room that Reg and Rico and whatnot came in, slept in right at the beginning of this thing? Also, she dug him out of the floor. Yep. Yeah. Hair stands on end, be big and scary. Be on guard. Marking. She is very animalistic, everything we've seen so far. Now it's seen to not be an immediate danger. And a voice to keep her company, I guess. I mean, as an interference unit, to find out, to learn. But did Fabta rebuild him? Look! Pay attention! Don't touch the beam. Her rate of growth is astounding, considering she was birthed not too long ago. It's fun. It's like seeing a model you're building finally come to fruition. Only this one can talk and is a lot bigger. Okay. The piling up of value. Yeah, when there's more than one. Solidification of a wish. And then you finish off the hangman with the head on the bottom. Something that has been such a big talking point for so long in all of this. She had... He has given her a name himself. We know the meaning of it as well. But also, how closely linked is Fapta and Itayumi, town version? And so that is... It's not all down to initial strength, is it? No. That's where they're staying. Just inside of another abandoned building kind of thing. Back to sleep, Mania. Because he's busy holding Nenachi's tail, I'm guessing. Also, he's asleep. She's the same as Mother. Well, there's an interesting thing there, I guess. Where did the soul come from, considering... Well, I don't know if it's been mentioned in the show or someone just told me or not, but... Riko being born of the Abyss, or in the Abyss, and going... How could you replace her? For your own benefit, she's being absconded off to the village, beginning this entire ordeal of trying to get Prushka back. The carver. If it helps the stone person. Trying to see... They're a beast repellent. Because that would be too embarrassing, too difficult. She's not one for social interaction. Of course not. Also, with Capricorn's only one eye, I guess that's okay. And smash cut to smashed bot. And now what? Time for number 2, dessert. Up and moving. Magikaja's gone on a bit of an upgrade. She doesn't have her glasses. Is Ma going in for a big hug there? The village is in shambles. All of them are now going to struggle to find some way of, well, living after this if they don't disappear into nothingness. Well, actually, a pretty concise retelling of the events there. They've been existing, not following any of their particular dreams or the like, but Bazikan? He's a shell of his former self. Trying to make something. But something that he doesn't know. Everything that has transpired Does she ever look back and wonder what it would be like if she was still on the surface, or some of the places that were not so deep? And seeing someone with such unbridled enthusiasm for the adventure, to see the unknown, to keep going, how's that reflecting on all the others who gave up on their journey? Avoiding the question, I see. Something beyond... Well, you've achieved that, I guess, but... And then only a certain few achieve anything there, but... Only through accumulation. I mean, if they've survived and got through so much, that's good to see Ozen again. The journey there with Prushkara. And he is not long for this world. Children of the Neverworld who harbour homesickness for the end of their journey. Realise you're... What was that noise? For once, something that he can't see. The Great Prophet was obtuse, never giving away too much. Trying to join in, I see. Is it a battle cry for all of them? Seems like they need to gather. Probably not. Going from pure anger and rage over what happened, the reason for the creation of this place, to now, probably with the help of Balav's memory injection, trying to work together for a solution. Nepapon. There was an extra syllable, wasn't there? No idea. Just nod, be like, yeah, okay. I mean, she did fall down with him. Also, thanks to a bit of knowledge I have from a missing scene that wasn't in the anime. I actually managed to get the letter, the one that was... I see. But also, yeah, the purple there, the Cyclops one. Bit of a history with Velko. Well, it's been a fun journey, and you got to play with Mania. You know, it could have been so different compared to how, you know, they first met. Where is she going? Where is the core of this place, if there is one? Or is Irumi just stretched out that every part of it is... And yet it's not stopped her in the slightest. It's also due to well, an unflinching resolve when it comes to these darker moments that we see. Right back at the beginning. Seeing the very much origin of how she got into the troupe there. A flash through of some of the experiences along the way through the down onto this layer. What was truly valuable? Squelch? Oh! With the barrier of the village, the curse of the abyss. And yet, what, she's still trying to go on? Yeah, we can't travel up. But Irumi... well, I was going to say Irumi's falling, but... she retained herself and stayed human all this time. How long was she in the pit? And seeing her in that state, you know, get back down. It's not your time to turn fully yet. And before she vanishes, getting to meet her. Yep. Coming through the edge there. Which brings us hard back into the reality of the journey after this. No travelling back up, having to follow the rules of the Abyss, not its own little pocket village thing that we've been following. No, he fell before the creatures. I was about to say, is Fabster eating it from the inside there, but I mean, there's just two choices they can make. Run away or continue to fight. He's come to a wide variety of emotions displayed right there. Did you come to stop him this time or help out? We can talk afterwards. Well, there's something you can do right now, though. He can use the incinerate. Got it. And Prishka's here to help again. Takes its toll, though. Seems to naturally was shocked about that. It's always good to see, like, this new battle mode reg. And an interesting use of his extendo arm grappling hook thing. No, that's... We'll do it later. However, you can work together now as their princess. I see. You equal and of equal value being reduced down to base. And they all knowing and willingly came to assist in this end of everything that they know. But the music, the reinforcing the... Oh, hang on a sec. Yeah, reinforcing the bridge. I mean, if you can get a good angle off, get them both and the bridge at once. putting the same putting the same immediate force and anger there as Fabta had before. And also willingly having them all be ingested like that. The screams of all the previous and lost children. Do your best, Machikazu. Yeah, good enough. Also, was Velko keep trying to say Iriyumi when she saw Fabta? And even within a voice quieter than a whisper. What is this chant? And everything faded away. Jesus. Was that the last remnants of her consciousness as well? Effective? The things that once were being reduced into this, and in her state where she's been pulled apart thanks to the curse of the abyss, but still remaining true to herself and keeping the ability to think, staying sentient. Is that what all of the hollows do as well, or do some lose themselves a bit more? Her goal has been achieved. Hope you're not taken out by a rock. There's so much more for her to do. Well, she better come back and deal with it. Hollow with no name. I mean, you can talk about things that could have been different before. But the wishes of everyone here, how the story should unfold, they weren't to be included in the value needed. the toy that was taken from her. In the balancing. Majikaja is on the verge of giving up. Letting out his gaseous form. Ah. There's the energy he needed. Ah, more like possession then, I guess. What what grand strength this new body has given him. A lot more mobile as well. Awakened to see this. She has vanished, I'm guessing. Along with everything else of the village. But she was with her friend until the very end there. Getting the new or replacement bear thing. Is going to try and help it up or consume it? Yeah. Or put it out of its suffering. And all of this clickety-clack and Kaja is no more as well. Helping her along to get to the last ones of this village. It all started following along with Urayumi and Roko, so yeah, having a talk somewhat between them. Just like so many before them. They live on in your memories. And within the abyss, I guess, so it depends on the extent of that. Yeah, I can't understand you. He has so much to learn. I mean, in some respects, no. So, yes, from what we saw. the little inkling thing we got before with Fabta first meeting with the interference robot, with her inability to speak with Reg and the like. And so it's time to repay the kindness there. She was too precious to give over, so she was omitted from any of the memories. Your brain works in mysterious ways, things that could mean nothing. If you can't recognize her as being a separate being, they Fabta in Irumi, but you just give her this. There's quite a lot for Fabta to ingest and come across. You know, she felt nothing but anger and frustration and pain about the village and what it meant, and now all these new memories and feelings. Now that the village is gone, the interest is waning. Back to their usual hunting grounds. Those swine. And she was buried in the remnants of Irudumi, so they're together forever. She's building a cairn. Like I was saying, always together, even in remembrance and death. Giving her a new reason to be, a new objective to live. And the fact he ran right over to her. Well, you've just got to do better. Even if the memories change and things are forgotten, there's some things that will never change. Also, if she comes along, then Reg's going to be happy. He's got an extra level of fluffiness, hasn't he? You can have a few words to have as well. I mean, the way that she is interacted with everyone along the way. Also, it might be good to have someone who can be a bit of an interpreter. Kind and foolish to a fault. Think about it. No hard answer, of course, but... Otherwise he won't let go. Yeah, that was my first thought. But I guess a moment of joy and recuperation, like back when Reg was one of the only ones that she knew other than the other interference droid. And looking out into the abyss itself. True, you go from one area which is light, covered in flowers, into the great unknown. So, after all of this, well, the time they shared and the memories of all the villagers imparting themselves into Fapita, with her bidding them farewell, her time here is over. Part of the main things with all of this is the grand... Not just the grand journey, let me rephrase that. It's everything that they learn and take on and grow with throughout it. For Rico, it's the experiences that she shares with everyone along the way and how they interject and change her and the lasting legacy that they leave. This journey is not hers alone, but one shared with everyone. And like I was saying, for Fapta to try and find a new dream, a new goal, a new purpose. One that doesn't revolve around her mother, her village, everyone that stares. I think the little moments of, like, the villagers willingly giving themselves over after being called, knowing that what was to come, knowing the price, and Ma vanishing without a word. We didn't get the fizzle out like with Pakian. The entire village being what it is, being a conglomeration of all of the previous adventure group and delvers who gave themselves up because they were surviving off of Idiumi's children meat. Sought forgiveness in reincarnation with inside inside her. And so the debt had to be paid somehow, and it turns out being consumed by Fapta is one way. Saving the life of Irumi's throwing her down the stairs when she got far too close to the curse. And just getting away from the story and getting back into things I've been saying for several episodes, that Fapta's VA has really knocked it out of the park. Some of the little noises, exactly what you kind of needed for this half-wild, rapidly learning immortal. But the range of emotion that can be put into just a scream, just a collection of syllables that aren't words. I think when you mix it in with just the OST that the Maiden Abyss has had the whole way through, there's not going to be a chance that this wasn't hard-hitting in any way. And the interjection of all of the backstories, the moments that we hadn't really been shown before, getting the origin of when Fapta came across Gabaroon, buried in the dirt while she was still unable to speak, unable to know what was going on, interact with her surroundings. Very much like a stray cat. And I think the less said about her marking, the better. And if there's a weird cut just now, it's because I have been sat in silence for probably about 15 minutes just thinking about what I just watched. Thinking about the entirety of Maiden Abyss, what came before this season, what may or may not come afterwards, the entire journey. Riko's reason for coming down the abyss, finding her mother, what could be at the end of all of this, not only with further on in the layers, what the abyss itself means, what came before, considering ruins which were here long, long ago. And the idea of Riko losing the compass, and it can be the catalyst for someone else's adventure. You know, continuing on the journey, like all the villagers giving up on theirs. It's a nice throughway there. Just so much to think about and digest. And I like the way of the storytelling of, from Fapta's point of view, what they had done to her mother, what they had done, and then that being a justification for her rage of destroying it all. And then through the addition of memories that have been added, making the entire thing here not so evil. Still grey area, it's not clear cut, but a bit more of understanding. They weren't just doing it out of like maliciousness. And the times they actually shared together beforehand, which led up to it all. With Fapta's growth, not learning language, learning how to interact with people. With... Is she still an immortal? With the destruction of the village and the siblings gone, I'm guessing, I don't think she would be. I could be wrong on that. Might need someone to fact check me. But now that I know that we're done, Maiden Abyss is over for the time being and the immediate future and probably the long distant future. There's not a lot of source material left out there, so it's going to be a while before there's anything else. But god damn, there needs to be. Despite everything that we see and how much we can get scarred by and how distressing some of it can be, the juxtaposition with it just being beautiful in arrangement, in design, in storytelling. Is everything it needs to be, and I want more. If you feel the same, let me know. And if you enjoyed, maybe leave a like and a comment down below. Now that it's over, I feel so empty. If you want to fill that hole, consider joining onto my Discord or subscribing to the channel. But for now, get yourselves a nice long rest. I think we've all deserved it. And I'll see you in the next one. My patrons are the ones that give me the will and the thirst for adventure to go on. So I really need to thank Noku, Raywin, Sal, Arthea, Kite, Shiwan, Mats, Girly, Cardboard, Mega42, Dark Shadow 7899, Akane, Tordi, Jane, Wadi Saeed and everyone else. And I hope we can continue watching anime. Just maybe without a giant wall of flesh, or the inhumane princess that comes with it.